Hey, good morning. As promised, I was gonna stream. We're gonna wrap up the Fatal Frame section, then we're gonna move on to FNAF. We're almost done with this, so it'll probably take one more stream, then we should be good to go. So by tomorrow, I'll start recording and hopefully get this video out in the next few days. So stand by. We got a couple of days off, and we'll just be working every single day. Okay, so just give me a moment. Let me just read what I actually had. There is something deeply unsettling about hospitals. They're meant to be sanctuaries, places where pain is treated, where people go to heal, not to disappear. Yet in Fatal Frame 4, the Haibara Hospital takes that comfort and turns it inside out. The hospital sits isolated on Rogetsu Isle, an isle that is devoid of life and home to the supernatural. The moment you step into the hospital, you feel the weight of abandonment. The hospital is massive, yet feels claustrophobic. It's the kind of place where the walls seem to listen. Every footstep feels too loud. Every shadow feels like it lingers too long. The deeper you go, the more it feels like the building itself doesn't want you there. What makes this setting so unsettling? I might have to fix that. What makes this setting so unsettling isn't just the ghosts that haunt it, but what they represent. The patients here weren't merely victims of the supernatural, they were victims of misguided trust. They entered Haibara Hospital expecting care, treatment, and compassion. Instead, they were used as subjects in the lunar mass experiments. The betrayal is total. The very institution designed to protect the vulnerable becomes the thing that harms them. The betrayal is written into the environment. Every room you explore tells a story. Some of them are direct reflections of the people who lived in them. Medical tools laid scat. Interesting. Alright, so I didn't see that yesterday. This is why we proofread. Medical tools lie scattered around. Records are left half-written, and mirrors seem to distort more than just a reflection. Okay, we can add a little bit more, but I think we're pretty much done with this case study. So we'll move on to FNAF in like 10 minutes. Then again, this will definitely be done today. Then tomorrow I'll start doing the audio. What do I want to do here? We can just do that right there. All right. I'm gonna add a little. I'm gonna talk about the ghosts for a second because I didn't really go into a lot of detail about it, just to make sure we don't leave any stone uncovered. So what do I want to do here? The ghosts. And I've said this before about Fatal Frame. Depending on the ghost, you'll see the same ones over and over again. The camera obscura is good at just delaying the inevitable. Like, it's supposed to seal them, but it really doesn't. Like, you'll fight a ghost, and like a little while later they'll just come back. So I guess it's just the temporary inconvenience for them. I guess it depends how powerful the ghost is. If I gotta be more specific there. The ghosts that stalk the corridors aren't. Shit. I totally butchered that spelling. I just random apparitions. They are memories. They are memories of what the place did to them. Place did to them. Unfortunately, I do have some IRL stuff to take care of. I gotta go work on my car again, and it's already 73 degrees out. So I'll do about 30 minutes worth of work. I'll break for IRL stuff. I'll come back. I did start the next outline, which is God, it's such a long ass title. Give me a second. What was it again? No one left to hear you. Horror and the fear of isolation. So I started that yesterday. So that's gonna be way longer than this one, that's for sure. But I'll work on that later when I get back. Then I'll come back to this. We'll alternate between the two. So this will be a pretty lengthy streaming day. Then later on tonight, I'll do spray animation stuff. Okay. Then the memories of what the place did to them. I can be a little bit cringy here. Yeah, I'll be a little bit cringy. You're not just exploring. Wait, what? No, whoops. You're not just exploring a haunted hospital. You're not just exploring a haunted hospital. You're walking through its guilt. Oh yeah, that's pretty cringe. I'm allowed one cringy sentence per stream. And I mentioned before, this is one specific ghost. Well, not one of the main ghosts. Like I always forget her name. The child one that wears all black. It's been a while since the last Fatal Frame 4, but one of the generic ghosts that says "Welcome back" as soon as you go through the door. Like, oh my god, you're such a pain. You just always come back. And she always gets you with like these wonky scares. Fatal Frame 4 is very notorious for like cheap jump scares, in my opinion. Oh, okay, I actually didn't talk about. I was supposed to talk about this. I completely like forgot about it. So, as I mentioned yesterday, look into psychiatric hospitals back in like the 60s, 70s, and 80s, and holy crap, you're in for like a very disturbing journey. That's for sure. So we'll do a little mini tie-in. I normally do tie-ins in these, but we're doing things differently this time. Um, in many ways, Ibarra Hospital, Ibarra Hospital serves as a reflection. Wow, serves as a reflection of real world history. Dark chapter where mental institutions, yeah, where mental institutions fail those who they were meant to save. There's nothing as scary as an abandoned mental asylum or institute. It's terrifying. If this was like my normal format, I would definitely give more examples, but just like a little mini tie-in like this actually helps. In the past, mental institutions were. Give me a second. Okay, all right. I'm just looking at some of my notes. Just give me a second. My iPad is currently dead because I forgot to charge it because I'm an idiot. Okay. All right. So. We don't need to go in that much detail. I won't say inhumane, but due to dire living conditions. Dire is a strong word. I'm gonna be very careful what I write. Okay. Overcrowding, as in they would get so much people they couldn't like house all of them. Some of the mentally ill were actually sent to jails, which is nuts. Lack of proper care. Took sociology back in class, back in college, and yeah, just reading up on this. Just we had a good section on this for a while. It's crazy. Financial. Okay. All right. We don't need a. There was a lot of reasons why they failed, but that's not the purpose of this video. Like I can go into a lot of detail, but we're not going to go into a lot of detail here. Damn, the song's already over. It's been 15 minutes already. What do I want? 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 Okay, we want to call Veronica. I think one of the biggest issues, yeah, definitely the lack of space because some people were just incarcerated, just sent to prisons because of the lack of space, and they want to get the care because they're not in the hospital. Oh my god, yeah, this is so much shit. Funding definitely played a role, but again, we're not doing all that. Maybe someday I'll do something like that, but that's not the purpose of this video. So But in Fatal Frame 4, it's mostly due to the lunar mass experiments. Like, yeah, things did not go the way it should have. Hmm. The game doesn't exaggerate. The game doesn't exaggerate the horror. It's already there. Okay. It's already there. It's already there. What's supernatural? What's supernatural is only an extension. It's only an extension. All right, I think we're good. Let's write like another paragraph, and we should be good. Then we'll move on to FNAF before I wrap it up for this session. But again, I got some IRL stuff I need to take care of. The true terror of Fatal Frame 4. The Fatal Frame series is great just because not so much in 1 and 2, but the later ones deal with a lot of IRL situations, and some of them are pretty intense. I'm not going to deny it. Fatal Frame 5 is weird, but it dealt with a lot of real world problems. Fatal Frame 4 too. We can't deny that. So the true terror of Fatal Frame 4 isn't the ghosts. It's the ghosts that attack you. It's the realization that you were never safe to begin with. It's the realization. It's the realization. No, it's the realization that the space itself was never safe to begin with. Okay. This betrayal isn't sudden. This betrayal isn't sudden. It's systemic. Sudden. Oh, give me a second. Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's just. Very foundation of the hospital itself tells you the haunting truth. You were never meant to be healed. All right. It's a lot. I think that should be as long as it's about the same length as RPD. All right, let's read this, then we'll get started with FNAF, then we'll wrap it up later tonight. Well, depending on what time I get back. Again, it's gonna be a long streaming day, but I do got to take care of some IRL stuff, so I'm doing this one first. I'll come back. I'll continue with the outline with the next video we're gonna release. Then I'll double back to this, try to finish this up in the next session. Then we'll keep on going. We're gonna be alternating, like depending if nothing apocalyptic happens in the next few hours. We should be good to go. Okay, so there's something deeply unsettling about hospitals. They're meant to be sanctuaries, places where pain is treated, where people go to heal, not to disappear. Yet in Fatal Frame 4, the Highbar Hospital takes that comfort and turns it inside out. The hospital sits isolated on Rogetsu Isle, an isle that is devoid of life and home to the supernatural. The moment you step into the hospital, you feel the weight of abandonment. The hospital is massive, yet feels claustrophobic. It's the kind of place where the walls seem to listen. Every footstep feels too loud. Every shadow feels like it lingers too long. The deeper you go, the more it feels like the building itself doesn't want you there. What makes this setting so unsettling isn't the ghost that haunts it. Isn't the ghost that haunts it. Isn't the ghost that haunts it. But what they represent. The patients here weren't merely victims of the supernatural. They were victims of misguided trust. They entered Haibara Hospital expecting care, treatment, and compassion. Instead, they were used as subjects in the lunar mass experiments. The betrayal is total. The very institution designed to protect the vulnerable becomes the thing that harms them. The betrayal is written into the environment. Every room you explore tells a story. Some of them are direct reflections of the people who lived in them. Medical tools lie scattered around. Records left half-written. And mirrors seem to distort more than just a reflection. The ghosts that stalk the corridors aren't random apparitions. They're the memories of what the place did to them. You're not just exploring a haunted hospital. You're walking through its guilt. Whoops. In many ways, Haibara Hospital serves as a reflection of real-world history, a dark chapter where mental institutions failed those they were meant to save. In the past, mental institutions, failed due to the lack of infrastructure, overcrowding, lack of proper care. We'll say funding. Funding again, big time. Funding and systemic issues. The game doesn't exaggerate the horror. It's already there. What's supernatural is only an extension of what is happening in the shadows. The true terror of Fatal Frame 4 isn't the ghosts that attack you. It's the realization that the space itself was never safe to begin with. This betrayal isn't sudden. It's systemic. The very foundation of the hospital itself tells you the haunting truth. You were never meant to be healed. Good. I like it. Okay, yes, we'll start like a paragraph with the FNAF section, because it's about to be 11 a.m. I need to definitely go take care of this before it gets like stupidly hot outside. I'm wearing a sweater because it's cold in here, but the moment I step outside, it's like, ah, damn. It is hot. So how do I want to start FNAF? FNAF is the dark horse, definitely here. Hmm. Damn, that would have been a pro. Fuck. Excuse my French. No, no, no. We're going hype. All right. FNAF has to be FNAF has to be weird. But we can do this. Okay. There is something. There's something deeply unsettling about a horde of set in places we trusted. We grew up trusting. Okay. Okay. Family restaurants. Oh my god. Whoa. Totally with that one. Family restaurants. Arcades. And environment centers. Entertainment centers. No, amusement centers. There's something deeply unsettling about horror set in places we grew up trusting. Family restaurants, arcades, and amusement centers. These are supposed to be filled with laughter, noise, and safety. Got a comma. Yet. It's Freddy's takes. If Five Nights at Freddy's takes that comfort, it turns it against us. We're on 11 pages. All right, this is gonna be a 12-page narrative. Damn, this is definitely gonna be a 40-minute plus video. I'm debating whether or not I should do the horror movie tie-in. I probably will, but damn, this is gonna be long. All right, that's fine. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Give me a second. Okay, I fucked up. That's fine. Sorry. Freddy Fazbear Pizza. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Wait. Fuck. Again, excuse my French. Oh man, wait a minute. How do I want to do this? I was trying to avoid a certain angle because I'll open up a rabbit hole that I don't want to go through right now. Because we know the animatronics are possessed by the spirits of Athens' victims. Do I want to say it's haunted? Do I really want to? Fuck it, we ball. All right, we're gonna say it's haunted. Okay, wait, isn't? Freddy Fazbear's Pizza isn't just merely haunted by the victims of William Afton. It's corrupted. Crap. All right, let's do like another couple of sentences that I definitely need to get moving. Again, we're gonna be every time I have free time today, we're gonna be streaming. So I'll be doing another stream for this later. Hopefully, I'll be able to wrap this one up. But I got my other outline that we're doing, and we're using Security Breach Ruin as one of the case studies there. So if you like what you saw in this one, stay tuned for that one. That one's gonna be way longer because we're doing like at least technically doing 4. So I'm using both Resident Evil 1 and Resident Evil 4 OG and Resident Evil 4 Remake, Silent Hill F, then Security Breach Ruin. I didn't want to use vanilla Security Breach just because you technically have Landmark Freddy. Where the main focus is isolation, which Cassie does is pretty much by herself. The more I think about it, Gregory's an asshole, but we're not even getting into that. All right, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza isn't just merely haunted by the victims of William Afton; it's corrupted. Yeah. So, okay. All right. Wait a minute. under its family friendly. Oh god, I'm already gonna screw this one up. Under its family exterior lies a deadly facade. Holy shit! This is definitely gonna be a doozy. From the moment you begin, all right. From the moment you begin your shift, from the moment you begin your shift, security guard. So, okay. Okay, let's read what we have. I definitely need to get moving. So there's something deeply unsettling about the horror set in places where we grew up trusting. Family restaurants, arcades, and music centers. These are all supposed to be filled with laughter, noise, and safety. Yet Five Nights at Freddy's takes that comfort and turns it against us. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza isn't just merely haunted by the victims of William Afton. It's corrupted. Under its family-friendly exterior lies a deadly facade. From the moment you begin your shift as a security guard, the space itself feels wrong. All right, good stuff. All right, so we got done with Fatal Frame 4. With that case study, now it's primarily FNAF, which is the final one. Then we'll start the conclusion. Then we're done. I finally start dubbing this. And again, we're looking at least this will get released by next week. So we did it. We're almost done. Anyways, be expecting another stream later. I will alternate between this one and the other video that other outline that I'm doing. So take care, and I'll see you people.